Hi everyone, I am about to go to bed, but I wanted to make a video real quick. So, something I feel like I am working on slash need to work on is my tendency to overshare things because I don't know, I guess I'm just comfortable sharing certain things, but then I also have to recognize too. Also, maybe it's just like I don't think about how, yes, it's true that the things that you say will impact you or can impact you. In my personal opinion, I don't think I'm saying anything like horrendous other than sharing my thoughts and feelings about things in my own life that affect me, but I just feel like I don't really like I don't really like feeling like I can't speak my mind on certain things or like trying to tiptoe around. Sorry, y'all, I'm reading my email. Um I don't like having to feel like I'm walking on eggshells or just can't speak my mind on certain things. But at the same time, I also recognize that don't need to put everything online. But it's really hard for me because I guess I'm comfortable sharing certain things. Like, it doesn't bother me. But I keep getting comments like, oh, you're oversharing, or you need to be careful what you say, and this and that. And I get it, like, you know, a lot of people like to basically keep very private lives and don't a lot of people aren't going to be comfortable sharing certain things. Like, a lot of people probably would not make a YouTube channel sharing half of the things that I share about myself, because I'm pretty open in a lot of ways, I guess, about my problems, about stuff that I deal with, about issues, about my frustrations. And in a lot of way, and I say this in my bio, I treat my YouTube channel literally like a video diary of my life. So I'm literally just documenting how I feel about certain things in the moment. And maybe to some people, that's not the best way to deal with my problems. But for me, I like being able to be. I feel like my ability to be vulnerable, some people think is a weakness. I think it's a strength. Personally, for me, I think it's a strength to be able to be vulnerable about certain things and not be ashamed and not trying to hide, because I know it would be super easy, and it's very easy to pretend to have it all together, especially in a public space and online. I can pretend I'm the perfect person and I've never made a mistake and I do all things the correct way. But I've decided, basically, or maybe it's just like my personality, to be authentic and to be real and to not sugarcoat like my moral failings, even at times. Like, I've made really bad decisions and had to face bad consequences for a lot of my own actions, and I own up to a lot of the mistakes that I've made, even if it comes to mistakes I've made at jobs and things I had to learn the hard way. But I'd rather be honest about those things and help someone not make the same mistakes than, like, I don't know, to me it's like being fake almost to a certain extent. Like, there's is the difference between being private and being fake, but I just feel like for me, if I pretended Well, I guess I could. And this is why, for the longest time, my channel really was just haul videos. You know, just showing people the things that I bought is not necessarily hurting anyone. It's just me showing things that I bought. They're cute, they're fun, it's nothing, super personal about it. But a lot of people, I feel like, watch my videos or can connect with my videos because of my vulnerability and being honest and being truth. And I get that there's a time and place and maybe more professional way to do it. And the thing is, long term, I do not see myself, being an employee forever. I'm grateful for the job that I have, and I do my best at my job. Like, I don't want people watching my videos to assume like I'm a horrible employee. I get recognized at my jobs all the time. Even at the jobs that I quit, even at jobs that, like, people assume because I say I didn't like the jobs that I had that I must have just been a horrible employee or something, and I wasn't. I was a good employee. Well, I would say for most of my jobs. Even at Amazon, I would say at Amazon, that was a job that I feel like I did make a lot of mistakes. I wasn't horrible. Like, I did my job well. It was not the job for me, and it's okay to admit it. At every job that I've had, I've tried and put my best foot forward. It's not like I'm being lazy or I don't work hard. Like, I got recognized at all of my jobs for being a hard worker, for being someone who showed up on time and was dependable. I don't, I guess because I'm always highlighting, I guess, my failures, people think like I don't have strengths or I don't have good qualities, because I do. There's a lot of great qualities that I do have. I don't boast about the things that I get recognized for because I don't feel the need to. I would rather help someone. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm more comfortable. Maybe I'm more comfortable sharing my failures because I don't know. I feel like people can relate more to those things. Like, whew, I don't know why my lip is shaking. I think I'm tired. Um, I just feel like people can relate more to some of the struggles you go through. Like, if I get on here and like everything's great, my life's perfect, I have no problems, I have no worries, there's nothing, bad happening in my life. And that's not to say that there's always something bad happening in my life. I have great days, I have great weeks. Even, I took a trip to Charleston. That was a really fun weekend for me. And there's a lot of great moments in my life intermixed in. And maybe I should do a better job of highlighting or sharing those moments and not always just sharing the things that I struggle with, so that there's, I guess, at least a balance. But the reason I'm comfortable sharing my faults is really just so people feel less alone and less ashamed about the things that they also may also struggle with, but also as a way to just be genuine and authentic. There's a lot of people who are good. And I do have a tendency to overshare. I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all want to do. I don't know if it's a personality flaw, a personality trait. I do also think it's easy for me to overshare because I'm sharing things by myself, but then I forget like it's posted it's posted online and then anyone can watch it and then it's public. And then when I do like actually recognize and realize like, yo, like, even people from my high school, people that know me in real life, can, like, anyone can literally watch my videos, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't share everything that I share with a lot of people. And it is like it I get it. I do get it. Like, some things I wish I had more what is it? like I understand the desire for a private life. My youngest sister, I would say, is one of those people. You never have any clue what she's doing. She's living her best life in private. She is one of those people who does it. That's really just not my personality to a certain extent. I've always loved posting, like even with social media, I loved posting pictures of everything. Now I don't post in real time anymore, and that's the reason I don't post in real time, because I would prefer people see things a month, 2 weeks, or a month after it happens than post in real time, because that's certainly not safe. So right now my videos are about 3 months behind. So y'all are seeing videos that I film in real time, obviously, but they're posted about 3 months after the fact. So that makes me is I'm more comfortable sharing things from the past than like what's currently happening. And that's also part of the reason I haven't been going live. Oh, well, that's just one of many reasons. Y'all, I need to go to bed. It is almost midnight. Not yet, but basically I just wanted to say, like, I do understand the harms of oversharing and the concerns of, I mean, to me, I don't feel like I'm putting my business out there, but maybe to others that's what it comes off as. I share, like, to me I'm sharing general things, but then like I said, me oversharing is normal, and maybe that's why I don't recognize that I'm oversharing, because I'm just used to doing it. But I'm trying to not overshare, or at least the one thing I want to make sure I'm not doing is sharing things about like my friends and family. Like, I don't want to put other people's business. Like, I'm comfortable putting my own business out there, and maybe I shouldn't be, but I don't want to put other people's business. So like videos that I made talking about like my family members, I privated, I want to say, just because even if I'm sharing my perspective on them or my experience with that family member or how I feel, I just don't think it's right to put certain things, like things about my family, on my channel, because they don't ask. Like, it's not, it's like I'm sharing things about them without maybe their knowledge or just their consent. So I don't want to, definitely want to make sure I'm not doing that. But I'm trying to think of, other than like I've shared the fact that I live with my dad, even that's because it's just a fact. I mean, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I don't see the harm in sharing certain things. I think a lot of people have said, made comments, or I shouldn't say a lot, some people or a few people made comments about me talking about like past jobs I've had. Um and I guess I should say, like, when I say I wasn't the best employee, I actually just mean like, I don't even know. I would say, I wouldn't even say, I would only say I wasn't the best employee at one job. And even at Amazon, though, I got recognized for literally being good at all of the jobs. I learned how to do everything there. I was cross trained in every different section they had. So I don't know. I guess I don't like I don't like boasting about myself, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of things I've done very well and I get lots of compliments on. I was always have get compliments on my customer service. I've always gotten compliments or recognized for my customer service. My current job even tells me like I'm very dependable, and that's one of the things. Like, I got recognized at my current job just recently by my center manager. So I guess I think people see me vent, and I vent about things that are like are normal. I guess like me being concerned about not getting enough hours, or not having stability at a job. I don't know. The things that I feel like I've shared are not things that are like super personal, but I guess if someone's a more private person, it definitely is going to seem like I put all my business out there. But I don't feel like I put all my business out there, but I don't know. I think it's just my personality is that I'm not afraid to share certain things. And that's why I said the ability to be vulnerable is a strength. Because even like I've shared certain videos with my sisters, and they'll tell me, like, oh, you're so brave to like share that. And my older sister has commented before, like, you're very, like, your ability to be vulnerable is crazy. So some people, I personally do think it's a strength, and I feel like it's a strength that allows people to actually connect with me, because it's, I mean, I won't even sit here and say like it's easy to be vulnerable all the time. It's just something that I'm okay with. If that, at the end of the day, I'm okay with being vulnerable, because at least I know I'm being real. At least I know I'm being authentic. At least I know I'm being genuine. And I feel like I would rather I would rather see someone being real, even if they're being honest about their faults and shortcomings, than someone who pretends to be perfect and is full of flaws, right? So, speaking of which, reminds me of like there's two characters on this show called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu. There's a woman named Taylor Frankie Paul, and then woman named Whitney. And basically, Taylor to me is how I kind of am. Like, overshares, but is vulnerable and is willing to admit her shortcomings and her mistakes. And then Whitney's the person who pretends to be perfect, pretends to have it all together, but has a lot of flaws that is obvious to other people watching. And a lot of people watching the show really like Taylor and don't really like Whitney, because Whitney is the person who's trying to put on a facade, is, am I saying that right? People pointed out to me I wasn't saying scarcity right. I've been saying, and there's a lot of words I don't say right, I'm gonna just be honest. Also, I had a speech in I was about to overshare. I actually I mean, this is about me, so it's not like, I don't know. This, it's like, it's not even a big deal to me. Basically, I used to get a lot of ear infections as a baby, and I was like, couldn't hear out of one ear when I was learning how to talk. So my parents were scared I was going to be deaf, and I used to have like speech impediments. So there's actually I actually low key feel like I have a lisp when it comes to some words and being able to say certain things. I know a lot of people say they like my voice or whatever, but I do say words wrong a lot, or there's some words I struggle to say, and I feel like part of it is because of like I pretty much was almost deaf when I was learning how to speak and didn't learn how to say things the right way. And I want to say my mom said they put me in speech therapy. I can't really remember because I was maybe like 2 or 3 when this was happening, but they said I wasn't talking for a while. And yeah, little tidbit information there. So if you're making fun of the way I talk, just know that that's possibly why. But also, I say some things wrong sometimes, so it's whatever. Anyways, that was a sidetrack. Okay, back to the show. So basically, these two people, to me, I was just thinking of an example, embody that type of like, I feel like it's hard to connect with someone who, a person who thinks they're perfect essentially and can do no wrong. Like, those types of people are really hard to be around sometimes, because they are quick to blame everyone else for all of their problems and never takes accountability for their own. And also, it's just like, be I would rather, you know, be honest, at least in my opinion, about the things that I need to work on or the things I could be better at than like pretend I'm someone who has my whole life together. And quite frankly, I've said this before. I don't think there's a specific timeline to have your life together. And I guess maybe part of it is I just really don't care what other people think about me. And that's something that's really hard to do. If you're someone who's always concerned about what people think about you and how you're being perceived to other people, that's probably one of the reasons that a lot of people, when you care too much what people think, you are, basically shaping yourself to please other people or to appease other people. And that's something I've learned that I don't want to do. I don't want to be someone who cares so much what other people think or who tries to like impress other people around me. And I guess that's part of the reason why. It's not that like, certain things I guess I agree with you shouldn't share, but I'm not scared to. I guess I'm just not scared to be vulnerable about certain things. I'm not scared. And that's not even true. There's certain things that I don't want to share, but I share them anyways because I'm like, this might help somebody. Personally, that's just how I think. If there's something I'm scared to talk about or share, and there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily want to share, but I'm not scared to share it because I think maybe me being brave enough to talk about it will help someone feel less, who's going through a similar situation, feel less alone. Because there's people who who made videos about things that I was ashamed of, and that made me feel less scared about having that struggle or having that problem. So it's just like, I just feel like me being vulnerable is not because I'm just always trying to be an open book. I really do think it helps other people feel less alone, and I also think it's makes it easier for me to connect with people. And I also think it's the reason I don't judge other people too. When I know I'm not perfect, I know I don't have room to judge other people. It's people who think they're better than everyone else and have no flaws that often are the most judgmental of others. So, a lot of people do feel comfortable being vulnerable with me. It's actually a strength in a lot of ways, but people are more comfortable sharing things with me. Like I've said before, I random people will come up to me and tell me like they're very personal. Like people are always comfortable opening up to me about things, and I think it's because I don't come off as a judgmental person, and I'm not. I'm never trying to make someone feel ashamed or less than, or I wouldn't want to make someone feel judged by talking to me. But at the same time, I know I don't come from a place of looking down on people, or I'm not trying to think I don't I'm not trying to think of myself as being better than anyone, right? Like, I don't think of myself as being better than anyone. And I think that's why maybe people maybe people sense that because I don't know. I guess some people look at me, especially if I'm like super dressed up and have makeup on, and think I'm stuck up and stuff, but I'm really not a stuck up person at all. I guess that's why I'm always filming my videos with no makeup on in my bedroom in like a very chillaxed environment, because when I do look all put together, it can be intimidating to other people. But also, I don't want to say I don't care to do my makeup all the time, but it's not like the most important thing to me. If I need to look put together, y'all, I can and I do, and I will look put together, but it's not like the number one priority for me at the moment is my appearance. It's just when and as needed at the moment. Now, maybe that will change over time. Maybe I will start desiring to look a little bit more put together. But for right now, I like being comfortable. I like being comfortable most of the time. Like, you can be cute and comfortable. Also, I film like right before I'm about to go to bed. And so I'm usually looking the crustiest at that time. But also, I don't want to say I look crusty all the time, but it's like right now I would say 90% of the time I don't look put together, and then it's like 10% of the time. Vacation mode me though is always put together. My friend that I went to dinner with today was complimenting my style. She's like, Jasmine, you always dress so cute. And I'm like, I only know how to have style when I'm on vacation. Like, my vacation outfits are always top tier, but then when I'm like at home, it's like I forget how to dress, or I just don't know. It's like, I don't know. My sense of style comes and goes, or I only use it when needed. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Like, I know like I shouldn't overshare all of my personal details, and I try not to. And that is something I can be better at when it comes to certain things. But when it comes to just like me being honest about things I've done wrong in my past, and maybe it does not make me look in the best light, and I guess I have to say, like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not making my social media or my YouTube channel a highlight reel of all of the best things I've ever accomplished, because at least I'm being honest. And I don't think, like I said, I don't aspire to be perfect. I aspire to be the best person that I can. And to be the best person that you can, you have to recognize your faults. And you also have to be willing to work on bettering yourself, which is a process I feel like that happens for the rest of your life. And I still feel like I have a lot of growing and got a learning to do. I also think too, for me, like, it's just me right now. Definitely if I had like a family, and or like a husband or someone else, where it's just like the things I say affects like people in my personal life, I feel like that is where I would not want to be as open about it. But again, it is kind of like a trait that I feel like is kind of my personality. But I also just want to say, like, I don't overshare in real life. In my real life, I'm not actually like sharing everything. I guess it's only online, which probably is not good either. It's probably not good, but again, I view my YouTube channel kind of as I view it as like a diary of my life. So I really am sharing things most people wouldn't share. And I'm also like, when I'm sharing them, I'm by myself. And like, the reality of it, I'm literally talking to myself in front of a camera essentially. But eventually people watch the video, so it's not weird. But in reality, if you think about it, I'm talking to myself. So, yeah, I guess that was me over explaining the reason I overshare. And I don't necessarily view it as oversharing. To me, it's just, being genuine. But I also understand not oversharing certain things for safety reasons. I think, like, if I'm just not sharing things because I want to make myself put myself in a better light or make myself look a certain way, I'm not as concerned about that. Like, I'm not concerned about the image or like portraying a certain image, at least as far as it comes to like, oh, like, I want people to perceive me as this really good, great person. Like, because honestly, that's just, I don't know, that's not a goal of mine in life. Like, I get that I don't know. I had to learn, and I guess I decided a long time ago, like, I don't want to live my life for other people or trying to impress other people. My life is not super impressive at this very moment, if we're being quite honest. I am in debt. I live at home with my parents. There's not really a lot that I could boast about as far as, a societal norm, what societal norms people would boast about. People would boast about having lots of cars, having lots of money, having a family. Like, I really don't have, like, when it comes to, I guess, the things that the world would say make someone successful, I don't have a lot of that to boast about at the end of the day. Like, so it's not like I'm sharing this because I think people are going to be so impressed by the fact that I live at home and have a shopping problem and have a lot of debt I have to pay off. Like, no one's impressed by those types of things, right? But I'm just sharing my reality as someone who recognizes there's a lot of problems and issues I have to work on, before I will be able to, improve my life at the end of the day. I don't want to be broke and living at home and struggling for the rest of my life. That's for sure. I don't want to be in the same place I'm in right now in 2 years from now. So you have to start working on those things now. Same when it comes to like my fitness journey. I get some comments on my weight, not as much as I used to, but when it comes to my weight, like, it is a goal of mine. Oh, sorry, I need to go to bed. It is a goal of mine to get in shape and to work on those things. And I feel like it keeps getting kind of overshadowed by like financial problems or financial issues. But, it is a goal that I also want to work towards in my own time. I also, again, like I said, my motivation to lose weight. Nothing I want to do in life is based off of impressing other people. The only opinion, in my opinion, that shouldn't matter is God's opinion of me and no one else's. I also realized a while back that people who live to impress others or care so much what other people think it's like you're subconsciously making an idol out of people, because why does it matter that a bunch of people think you have your life all together? What does that, like, what do you gain from that? Like, whether or not people think I'm a great person or not, I want to live a life that I can, I can look back on and be proud of, but also I want to make sure I'm living a life that serves God. At the end of the day, I feel like the only opinion that truly care about is God. My family, too, and close people in my life who I know love and care about me. Everybody else, there's just people, right? Like, especially if you stop putting other people above you, or think, like, when you really think about it or break down, like, when you're trying to impress other people, why are you trying to impress those people? What do you get from those people being impressed by your life? Like, are you living for approval from others, basically? It's just what I learned, and I just realized I really don't value that, and I don't want to care about the approval of other people. So yeah, that's the other, I guess, part of it. If I cared a lot what people thought about me, I probably wouldn't post half of the things I share online. So I think maybe the other part of it is I just really don't care what people think. And I've learned to just really just not care. I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal at any, at at all. I don't put myself on any type of pedestal when it comes to, how I view myself as a person. I'm not more important than the people watching my videos. I'm not more or less important, I should say, than like anyone. And that's why I don't really care what celebrities think. They're just people at the end of the day. I don't idolize other people. The only person, that's why like the only opinion that I think truly matters is God's. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm actually very tired and I have to be up early tomorrow. So yeah, that's it. I guess, like I said, my ability to be vulnerable, in my opinion, is a strength. The reason I'm not ashamed to share certain things is because I don't value or care what people think, at least in terms of I'm not living my life to please other people. And other people's opinions, I don't think should matter as much to you. If you hold other people's opinions of you higher than your own, that is a problem, in my opinion. That makes you're a people pleaser at that point. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to live your life trying to impress other people. Also, I think that's all. Let me just go to bed. All right, good night, guys.